We're back. Legal Help Live. Ralph here, Steve there, red shirt, coat of, this is my partner, Steve Solomon. We're here to answer your legal questions, 1-800-405-4222. That's how you call. That's a toll-free number. And if you got a legal question, that's what you do, 1-800-405-4222. Stephen. Yes?
So, yeah. I had this interesting conversation with one of my sons. He has this iPhone.
Yes?
And you know,
now I know which one.
There's an app. I mean, these little things you can download. There's now an app to monitor speed traps.
Oh,
so
really?
you download this app, and it acts as you're driving along. It lets you know if you're getting in areas where there are radar guns going down.
Well, no, wait. I got a technical question for you. Does this indicate where roads are approved for use of radar, or where radar is now in use as you drive by?
Where the radar is being used.
Being used?
Yeah. Beep, beep,
well, that's
beep.
really valuable, because there's radar approved all over the place now.
I thought an interesting comment. And it's pretty amazing. I mean, you know, I don't think it's that much in use here in California, but I spent a lot of time on the East Coast, and they've got all these little things, all these little monitoring things, and so there's a quote. And that's pretty clever, because if you know there's radar, you'll slow down. The whole purpose of traffic is to make people slow down.
Right.
So, you know, boo-hoo, they don't get to give a ticket. You're getting people to slow down. We'll have less accidents, etc.
Well, that's why they have cardboard police officers.
That's right. Cardboard police, or
They just think you're going by a police officer.
or the car that's out there without anything, or the little thing that says your speed. It's got a little thing on it.
That's right. Those are very good
I think
reminders.
those are probably as good as, and probably better than getting the ticket, because you slow down when you get the ticket.
And everybody slows down, not just one person at a time.
But I saw an interesting quote. A police chief denounces the app from the iPhone as cowardly.
Cowardly.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to take it? You don't want to know. You want to take your chance. You want to speed through. Maybe you'll get caught. Maybe you won't. That's the guts way to do it.
That's pretty interesting. So
I think that's good.
I've got a BlackBerry here, not an iPhone, so I am not cowardly. But I don't think with this machine I can find out whether there's radar or not.
Yeah, real
And
men.
I'm not giving a
real men have BlackBerries
for either one of them, because I'm probably technically insufficient, like 90% of our audience.
Right.
In this.
But let's take another call, because they're fun. Who? Come on in and talk to us, because Dee from Los Angeles. Dee.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Dee. How are you?
Dee, where are you calling?
Los Angeles.
What
part?
What part of LA?
South Central.
Okay, great.
Yes. I'm calling in regards to a ticket that I got, let's see, over a year ago. I appeared in court, and I didn't think it was my fault. I was making a left turn, and on the arrow, it turned red because a car ahead of me that wasn't paying attention, and when I turned the light, the arrow went red.
Right.
So I got a ticket.
Dee, real quick question for you.
What happened was I missed the actual
Wait,
court date.
stop. Real quick question for you. Where was your car when the light turned red?
I was in the middle of the intersection.
Okay, all right. I can visualize that now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I got a ticket for that, and I signed the ticket promising to appear. Well, what happened was I failed to appear in the court on the date that I was supposed to be there. So when I did appear, I think I got another fine for that, which added on another, I think, a couple $100 or something.
It's a separate violation. One of them is for allegedly running the red light, and the second one is for failure to appear. They both go on your record.
Yes.
A failure to appear is not a moving violation, but it's also pretty serious.
Well, I did appear, but I didn't appear on the date of the ticket.
When did you appear?
About a month later.
You know,
Because I forgot about the ticket.
Did you go to court then? Did you see a judge?
Yes, I did.
And what did you tell the judge, and what did the judge tell you?
Well, the bailiff stood up before the court even started and said there's no excuse for not appearing in court unless you have a hospital excuse. That was the only thing they were going to accept.
You know, I believe, and I may be incorrect, but the LA Superior Court website has a thing that says traffic tickets. You can click on that, and I believe that when you get a ticket for various infractions, you can make an arrangement online to continue the ticket to another date, time, and place.
That could be valuable information.
So those of you out there might want to check the Los Angeles Superior Court website, click traffic. It's got all the information about what to do on the traffic ticket, and I believe there's an extension there to get an extension of time when you run into the situation so you don't have another violation for failure to appear.
Dee, I have a bad feeling. After the bailiff told you that there are no excuses other than hospitalization or doctors or something like that, did you leave?
No, I stayed and tried to explain, but you know, they didn't want to hear it. So I had to plead. You know, I said, well, okay, I'll just plead guilty. She said, they told me if you don't have the money to pay the whole fine today, you would have to, let's see, plead guilty. So I pleaded guilty. I paid. I made arrangements. I think I paid $200. And I didn't go back to pay or send any more money in or whatever it was. And I forgot all about that, too, which sounds ridiculous, but I did forget because I had a lot of, you know, problems. And so I got a letter from a collection agency, which I ignored that because I lost my job. And then, so finally I went down, when I found out that my driver's license had expired. When I went to get insurance, I asked why, and they said, because you have tickets you haven't paid. And I said, oh, my God, I thought I paid, you know, the complete amount. And so when I did go downtown, they told me that the ticket was $615. And I said, well, will you accept 3? And they said, no, you have to pay the whole thing.
What
So
you should
now.
what you should have done when you could not make the installment payment is go back down in the courthouse, get in front of either the clerk or the judge, and explain your situation and ask for the installment payments to be continued. What you don't want to do is not show up. And what's happening each time you don't show up, you're just you're hurting yourself. So not only is there a fine, but there are penalty assessments which the state legislature has imposed. So these things get very expensive, but it's not an excuse not to show up. There are all kinds of things you could do.
Dee, I've got thousands and thousands of hours in the criminal justice system on the right side of the table. And I've almost never seen anyone with a reasonable excuse ask a judge for more time to pay a fine and then get refused. But at this point, you've been going backwards. I've heard the words failed to appear and ignored a couple of times in the conversation that we've been having now. You still owe over $600 in fines right now?
Yes, and I didn't have the full amount when I went a month ago.
Yeah.
I'd offered to pay $300,
Is
and
failure to
they
appear
said, no,
misdemeanor?
you'd have to pay the whole
Yeah.
thing. And I said, well, can I see the judge again?
Here's what
You'd have to write a letter, and it would take over a month. Because
Here's what I would
the line
do.
was all the way out the door. Because,
Dee, I know, I have a
didn't wanna-
feeling I know what my partner's going to say. Listen, I
Here's
think
what
it's
I
going to be a
do.
good idea.
If failure to appear is a misdemeanor or an infraction, you might want to go down to the courthouse and see the public defender and get an appointment. They don't charge you anything. It sounds like you're probably qualified. And see if you can get a public defender to tell you what to do or take the case in the courtroom, get things reinstated, and try and get some installment payments.
Right. Right now, you're in no man's land.
Or no woman's land.
Or no woman's land. Well, sure. And my fear is that you're going to be driving, expired license or not. Somebody's going to stop you for some infraction of some kind, see that there's a warrant out for your arrest. They're going to take you. Undoubtedly, it's going to be a Friday afternoon, and you're going to spend the weekend in custody. I really don't want to see that.
Public Defender's Office, ASAP. Those offices are in most of the courthouses. They're also online at Los Angeles County Public Defender's Office. Get down there, get an appointment, see somebody, and figure out what can be done for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, Dee.
And,
Thank you for calling Legal Help Live.
Okay.